From the Stream Center of KTAB and KRBC, home of the Big Country Storm Team, this is Carter and Kat's Weather Chat, only on KTAB Plus.
And welcome back to another episode of Carter and Kat's Weather Chat. I'm Carter.
And I'm Kat.
And this is our last Weather Chat.
Oh,
that's so sad.
I know.
This has been a really a fun experience to share a podcast with you, but to work with you. And I think that's what this podcast episode is all about.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people kind of already know. I already made my announcement last week. It was really hard to make it on air, I will say. I don't know if you saw it. I
did see part of it.
I was like crying. For those that don't know, I am actually going to be leaving KTAB KRBC next week. So if you're watching this today, it is Wednesday, June 24th. 24th?
Let's check. Yes, it is.
June 21st, June 24th, whatever. My last day will be July 1st, next Wednesday. So I will be moving on, making a little jump to a different station. I'm not saying what station just yet, but I'll give you a city name. Ready?
Okay.
Do the drum roll.
Drum roll. Boom.
Waco, Texas.
All right.
Yeah.
Home of the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm moving to Waco, Texas, and I'm joining another team there. I'm going to be doing a little bit different workload. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of what I'm doing here, but a lot more.
Yeah.
So that'll be really exciting. I think that this place has prepared me for that, and because I'm like so excited, but I'm so sad to be moving on because of how much I've grown here and how much I've done and the friends I've made along the way. And so I'm really grateful for that. So it's really bittersweet, and I'm, reflecting a lot. So,
well, we're excited for you. I'm glad you're sticking with broadcast meteorology. But this podcast is all about your journey, and we're going to have a little shuffle, if you can say that, because we're going to try to speak with just about every single meteorologist here at the station, as well as a special guest.
He still hasn't told me who the special guest is.
I have not, and I will not until that door opens. But because of that, I did bring some tissues because they're probably going to be needed at some point, because this will be a very emotional talk.
I hope I don't cry. I mean, I know I probably will shed a tear or two, but it's so hard talking and crying, for me at least. I remember last week when I was saying goodbye, or at least my pre-goodbye, I was just a wreck.
My money says you're going to say your final goodbye talks with Susie, and that's going to break tears.
I don't know. Yeah, Susie means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So, and you do too. And I think that we've grown a great friendship over the last 2 years. I mean, we started together. I mean, roughly around the same time.
Summer of 24.
And I was super shy, and it was my first weekend, and Carter just strolled in there and was like, "Hi, I'm Carter."
Yeah, that's pretty much how I sounded.
And I was like, "Hey."
Yeah.
So, and then, we kind of just clung together because we were doing the same things and going through the same things. I mean, I know I can't really jump into your shoes in terms of moving across state lines, but we were both away from home and, adjusting and kind of diving into adult life. And so we kind of just got each other at that point. And then, we turned it into a collaboration of doing school visits together, and then, who was going to do what article, because we were both weekends.
Yeah, we were having to decide, so we didn't write the same thing.
Yeah, we would kind of go back and forth of okay, you're going to write this and I'm going to write this. Or sometimes we'd even collab on the article too. And so it was such a blessing to be able to come into this job with you and learn a lot from each other. And I think you've definitely helped me loosen up too, because I used to be so just hard about things. And then I kind of watched you a little bit. And I'm like, okay, he's having fun. Maybe I can have a little bit of fun. And we still do have different styles, but I think that's what works for us. And, especially on our school visits, we collabed with those too.
Oh man, that's a hard one.
Yeah. But those we did, you did the presentation and then I did the experiment, because it just worked that way.
It did.
So, and I don't think I'll ever find anybody else that I can collab with that worked like that. So
yeah, it's, that's going to be one thing looking at the future ahead that's going to be hard is come August, I'm probably going to start getting messages from teachers. You might still get messages from teachers here. And we're going to have to explain that things have changed a little bit. Maybe we can still do some visits, but it's not going to be the same. I don't care who I'm with. It's still not going to be the same. And I'm grateful for our time together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But anyways, looking at the past, the present, and the future, obviously you've made a lasting impact on many people. Anywhere from at home to in the schools to in retirement homes, even at, and this sounds cheesy, hotels. Think about that. We get visitors all the time in Abilene, especially right now more than ever, who are visiting, turning on their television, maybe getting a free continental. I don't like their breakfasts, but I'll say it anyways. They're free breakfasts and
good old powdered
watching.
Eggs.
Yeah, exactly. The powdered eggs. But anyways, people, they love to talk about you, and you've made a recent transition to filling in for Sam's spot, which I can imagine that's hard. Like, how have the people taken that from going from evenings to mornings?
I have been shown nothing but love and respect and kindness after that transition. Like, it was honestly something I was very nervous about, but people just welcomed me with open arms into their homes, and that is something that I find rare.
Yeah.
And I don't think that will ever, I don't think I'll ever find something like that will kind of like tug at my heart,
I can imagine.
like that. So that's what's been hard too, because, I have known for a couple months that I was going to be moving on. And for those that are listening and that's hard to hear, like, I'm really sorry, but that's just unfortunately has been the reality for quite some time. And so going into Sam's spot, I knew that it was going to hurt more. Transitioning to that and then having to transition out. So, but I mean, I'm so grateful for the love that I've been shown. And, even after I announced on my Facebook too, like, it's just been nothing but love. And I think that's what I was nervous about too, is I'm like, I don't want to hurt people. And, cause I have such a big heart. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I want to do real quick before we're losing time here, but before we hop off, share a couple of my favorite memories with you.
Okay.
And you might agree with them, you might not. One of them actually just got a clean reminder from one of our sales reps who came in here, was talking about it, was the time we got to go out to Breckenridge.
Yes.
And do the Mingle Jingle.
The Mingle Jingle.
That was so fun because we got to host it, meet so many people, walk around, judge the trees, which that was a disaster, but that's okay. We had fun doing it.
Yeah, and I think Manny told us that he's like, y'all just have such like great on-air chemistry. He's like, y'all are gonna do great things, and we've done great things with the podcast. So definitely, that's a top memory too.
No, exactly. And then watching us develop from weekend shows to morning/evening has been really cool. But the last thing, which I actually brought was our school visits.
Oh,
and so God. I don't know if you remember this. It sits by my desk.
Yes, the Austin Elementary.
This is from this was actually our first school visit together. And I'll put it right here so you guys can see it. But our first school visit together went to Austin. This was, I believe, 3rd or 4th grade.
It was one of those grades.
One of those grades. But I'm going to give this to you. You take it with you. Because you have left an impact on not only us adults out in there in the world, even these kids. I mean, that alone says a lot, and I'm gonna miss you, Kat. I'm gonna miss you.
Stop it.
All right.
We're getting wet eyes in here.
Big baby over here.
Cutting onions.
I know. But hey, look, we got more people to introduce here, more people that want to spend time with Kat as well. So we're gonna be right back. Hang there.
All right, welcome back, guys. We are here with Pete Beretta, one of my dear old friends that I will never forget. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah, I remember meeting you. Do you remember meeting me?
Oh, yeah, I remember. The thing, though, Miss Kat, that stands out the most in my mind is that first night we worked severe weather together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
God, we clicked. I mean, it was
really
like,
did.
Man, it's like we've been working together for decades.
We made a really good team.
And it just worked. And wow, that was an easy flow. See, this is the problem. I'm going to go through this when Carter's turn comes. This is a great town to get your foot in the door. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a way to get into broadcast, this is a good place to start. Mm-hmm. But you can't live on a top ramen budget for 2 years. You got to move on to bigger and better things. We're a little town, little check. Big town, big tech. It's
a definitely a humbling experience to live off, ramen. But
Would you agree with me that there's two halves to the business that we're in, weather forecasting, and you learn the majority of the first part at school?
Yes.
You go to school, you learn the first part, the forecasting part. All you really got to get down is the climate. And in West Texas, good luck, right?
Yeah, literally.
You get down the climate, then you've got your but what you're doing is also polishing your on-air skills, which is the other half of the thing, Miss Cat, and that's telling the story. Let clear and concise people, here's what's going to happen.
I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I think I'd like to think I'm a pretty good Met, but I think like in the future, like I'm gonna have to keep learning, and so I think that that's going to be what the hardest part is for my next job, is trying to learn more. I'm think like, oh man, I thought I've already learned everything, and then you move on, and you're learning even more, and I don't know what it is I'm going to be learning, but I'm gonna have to just dive head in first.
It never ends. It never ends.
Never ends.
You're always learning something.
Yeah, literally.
You're always learning something. I remember telling you when you first got here to clip your very first.
Yep.
Did you go back and then after a year go back and watch it?
Yeah, it's literally.
See how far you've come?
It's still on my Instagram, and I was actually, because we were bringing in, prospects possible to fill in our positions, and I was telling him, I was like, you're gonna become more polished as you're over your tenure and stuff.
Yep.
And I showed him my very first broadcast, and like to look back at that girl, like, and remember how scared she was, and like how much she didn't know what was in store for her. Like, it's insane. And to look at where I am now, it's like, I don't know, it's mind blowing. So I have grown tremendously.
Yes, ma'am.
I've climbed a mountain. I've climbed Mount Everest at this point, at this station. And so that's why I'm so grateful for being here, and for the people I've worked with. Pete, like, you have been such a blessing in my life, and you've always welcomed me with kindness. And I remember when I first met you, I mean, I had actually heard about you before I had met you, and that you were that you were one of the kindest people I had ever met, that I would ever meet. And I remember you just welcomed me with open arms, and then every time we saw each other, it was just hugs. Yeah. Big hugs. And
even the big guy I give a hug to every once in a while.
Chaser.
Yeah. Get Chaser a hug.
And one thing about P is he always called me Miss Cat. And that was signature to you. And nobody else could call me that. And nobody else will ever be able to call me Miss Cat.
Thank you.
So I love you so much. And
oh gosh. Yeah, now see, I cried auto progressive commercial insurance commercial. Hang on that card.
So it's been so fun, and I'm gonna miss you so much, and I'm gonna miss everybody around here. And I know we've seen a lot of changes at the station.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be a really big adjustment as well.
You get, it's a double-edged sword. It really is, Miss Cat, because you get so close to people, and it's almost like they're family or something.
Mm-hmm.
But so you don't want to see them leave, but at the same time, you want to see him go kick butt.
Mm-hmm.
So get out there and tear it up, kid. But at the same time, I'm going to miss him. I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
I think that's what I've really battled with the last 6 months. Because, when you get to that last 6 months period, it's when you start thinking about, okay, what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to stay? Am I going to go? And I think I truly struggled with the thought of leaving. Because, not only like I've gained a family here, but my boyfriend's here too.
Yeah.
And so
and I like him. Keep him around.
I like him too. But yeah, like that, you think about the thought of leaving your family, and because I left my family when I came to this job, and now I have another family, and I have to think about leaving them again. And so, and it really hurts. It really does. I'm excited because I already said I'm going to Waco.
Yep.
So, and I'll probably gain a new family there, but this will always be my first family and my first loves. So,
thank you.
We're
gonna miss you, girl. That's for sure.
I know it. But what do you know about Waco, Pete?
It's beautiful.
Is it?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Do you have any favorites there?
The river.
The river.
Yeah.
Oh, do they? The Brazos River.
Yeah, they have a river goes through it. I think isn't it Waco?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Waco that has the river? Yeah. I love that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of neat.
I'm excited.
We got a creek in Abilene.
Yeah, we got a couple dry creeks and a 5% full lake.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it. It's scenic.
Well,
So.
there's a lot of people that want to talk to you, sweetheart. So I'm gonna get them in here, and they're gonna be just like me. They're happy for you, but they're sad at the same time. You know, and I want you to get out there and tear it up. I do, because you deserve it. You need to go places, and you figured out when that camera comes on. I'm not talking to 35,000 people. I'm talking to a box with a lens on it to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. That's the trick.
It's as simple as it is.
As simple as it is.
All right, Pete.
All right. Love yous.
Love you.
I'll give you a hug later.
All right, guys. We'll be
Take
back.
care.
All right, welcome back. We're here with our second guest, if you don't want to include Carter, because Carter's not really a guest on our own podcast. We're here with our regional chief meteorologist, Randy Turner.
Hello.
And we're going to talk a little bit about, I guess, our short time together, because, I mean, I don't remember. I never met you up until about 6 months ago.
Right.
But I've heard a lot about you. So, good things. Good things.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. And so, you know, we've only had a short time to work together. And, you know, after Sam retired, you took on the regional spot and chief spot. And so I'm grateful that, you know, we had someone to lead the team. And I think no better person to do it than you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And so you're right. And I feel like I knew you, though, because as a viewer, I watched you from the day you got here.
No, and I remember when Randy and I met, he's like, yeah, I've been watching you. And I was like, oh, do you like me? Like, wait, so can you actually tell me what that's like from like a viewer standpoint?
Yeah, it's different, you know, because this is such a small business. You know most people that are in the business or know of them or have friends that know them or whatever. So, but yeah, so I watched you progress from, you know, getting started and to rapidly becoming very solid at what you do. So
thanks,
yeah,
Randy.
very good job.
Yeah. And yeah, I've talked with Pete and we've talked with Carter about, you know, the starting point to the, you know, where I'm at now. And it's the starting point is I'm like, burn it.
Yeah, you don't want to watch it again?
Yeah, I don't want to watch it again. I've watched it back because, like, you know, I've shown people kind of the progression, and I'm like watching it. I'm like, oh, like I don't want to watch it anymore. But you do have to remember where you come from.
True.
So
yeah.
I'm excited though for, you know, my new endeavors and, you know, what's to come. And so, you know, I'll say it every segment, like I'm going to Waco, and so. What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Waco? I know you have family there, right?
I have family. I have a daughter, you know, her family there. And I love Waco. It's a great TV market, I think. You know, it's pretty competitive down there. And but a lot of active weather. And you as a meteorologist will love the active weather.
Central Texas.
Central Texas.
And it's a little bit of flash flood alley.
Yeah.
Just a
they
little
get
bit
quite a bit of flooding. Had some last week, as a matter of fact.
Bad.
And they have the occasional tornadoes and hailstorms and maybe a little bit. They've had more snow than we have had, I think,
really?
in the last few years, and that's not a lot. But you know, just not far down the road was Gerald. The Gerald tornado happened there. You know, not too far away. So yeah, they get a lot of active weather. So I think you'll have a chance.
I'll be busy.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I asked this, and I don't think we've talked about it. There's always a weather event that drew you into weather.
Oh.
So what was it?
So, you know,
something had to get you interested.
Yes. So mine wasn't like the traditional little kid watching the news and then wanting to be a Met my whole entire life. It was actually when I was in college. I always knew that I wanted to be a scientist, some sort. I don't know what kind. I think when I was younger, it was a doctor. And then I kind of switched into environmental stuff. I liked being outside, and that really intrigued me. And so when I got into A&M Corpus, that was where I had started my education. It was marine biology. And then the summer before my freshman year, I went swimming in a lake and quickly realized how much I hated bodies of water that aren't a pool. So I was like, I don't really know if this is for me, because you kind of have, I think you have to get your scuba certification. And so
probably,
I was like,
yeah.
I don't think this is for me. And so orientation happened, and I changed my major to environmental science. So I was like, okay, it's more broad. I don't have to worry about the scuba stuff and being in the water, but I knew it was environmental and in science. And then my mom was really nervous about hurricane season. And I think the year before it actually had been a pretty impactful hurricane season. I think that they had to evacuate. And that's when I was touring campuses. And so my mom was just really nervous. And I was like, okay, how can I find ways to be prepared? And I started looking at the National Hurricane Center. Now, the good thing is that year that I was in Corpus, we never saw any hurricanes, at least no impactful ones. I mean, we saw rain and stuff, but I found myself really looking at the National Hurricane Center, watching the systems. I really didn't know a lot, but I was learning as I was looking at it. And I was like, I think that this is something I might want to do. And then I went to my first A&M football game at Kyle Field, and I was like, this is where I want to be. And it just so happens that A&M has one of the best meteorology schools in Texas. And that's, I had to work really hard to get in because it's not easy. And so that's kind of what drew me in. And so I've always been interested in tropical meteorology, funny enough. And then I came to West Texas and dealt with the West Texas climate. So yeah, that's kind of what got me into it.
It gets tropical maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, like last year, when we got the July 4th floods, and that was a tropical system that moved through. And so, yeah, like, I mean, now my interests have kind of changed. I mean, I do love tropics, but I do love a good supercell or a good like
dry line supercell.
Yes, like a good thunderstorm that you'll watch and see it trek through the area. So I want to ask the same of you though.
Probably when I was 10 years old, and I grew up on a farm, and a small tornado came through our farm.
Oh, really?
And I saw it coming like in the west, and it went through our south pasture, down through our field, and it just plowed up the field like 50 yards wide. So it wasn't very big, but it was pretty big.
To me,
at
you're
10
like
years
10
old,
years
it was
old.
like that thing was huge. But that's what got me interested in weather, and just always, I learned as much as I could, and finally had the chance to do the Mississippi State thing, and
now you're here.
Here we are.
I've actually never seen a tornado in my lifetime, so I hope that that's never. I hope I don't ever see one. I mean, unless I'm like maybe chasing one.
Yeah.
But my mom thinks it's so funny because I actually am very terrified of like tornadoes and twisters and whatnot, because at Universal Studios, they have a Twisters movie simulation. And I was like 8 years old, and we went into it, and I was just like screaming bloody murder the whole time. Like I thought we were going to die. And my mom was like, they wouldn't kill us. Like we're at like the, like, do you think they just kill everybody? And I was like, I don't know, but I was so scared. And so when I told her I wanted to study meteorology, she thought it was hilarious because of like that. I've always been scared of thunderstorms as a kid. So I guess that it kind of comes full circle.
Yeah, it does.
So
because I was scared as a kid as well. So
and then once you learn more, you kind of, I think that's what helps a lot, because I'm not as scared as I used to be, especially when I first started. So it helps a lot. And, I'm so glad that we got to work together for even a short amount of time. And you've been, a great chief in the last couple of months, and you've been very supportive of anything that, we wanted to do, or if we needed time off, or just being encouraging. And I'm so grateful for you.
Well, I'm grateful for you. I wish you the very best.
Thanks, Randy.
Waco's in very good hands, and they're going to fall in love with you very quickly. So
thanks, Randy.
Best wishes.
All right, guys, we will be right back with another guest. All right, guys, welcome back. We're here with one of our newer faces at KTAB KRBC, Jaron Smith. Welcome.
Hey, Kat.
Hey. So, okay, before we talk, I guess just start getting into it, I do want to check in. How has your first couple of weeks been on air?
My first couple of weeks, they've been great. Carter, Kat, Susie, everybody has been very supportive. Any questions I have, y'all answer them. I can call Carter at any time. He'll answer.
He has a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'll come grab Kat, like, how do I change this? How do I fix this? It might even be like...
No, that's how it should be, though.
3 minutes before the show.
He's like, hey, I can't get this graphic to work. And I'm like, all right, run over.
Yeah, she'll come save the day. So I appreciate you. You already know.
Oh, thanks, Jared. Yeah, I mean, you've done great. How do you feel like do you feel like you've progressed from day one to now?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Especially day one. I just remember Carter in the background. he was jumping because I was actually doing it, and I'm like, dang, this is real life. So
I mean, I had no doubts in my mind whenever you had started, because from like day one, I think that you just like whenever we were practicing on the wall, you tried your hardest to keep going, because that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing with Mets when they start on broadcast meteorology. Like when you get on the wall and you're practicing, you don't stop,
Right.
because once you stop, then you just start tripping. So I remember like your third day in, like you were just like reps, reps, reps. No matter how bad or good it was, you
Right.
just kept going. So I was like, oh, he's gonna be just fine. And so in your first day, I was so nervous for you. Because I remember my first day,
Yeah.
and it was really scary, because I think it took me 2 weeks to get comfortable on the wall. And my chief at the time, Sam Nichols, he was like, "You're gonna be fine." He's like, "But like I can tell you're gonna be fine, because I just know." He's like, "But you need to stop stopping,
Right.
because you can't do that when we go on live television."
And like I had that internship in DC for
True.
about a year, so I was getting like previous work on the green screen. It was really only Friday through Sundays, so
But it was still something.
it was still something. And like it was a bigger market to a point where I was able to learn a lot about the business. And I was always stopping back then, so I was something I always needed to fix, honestly. And then now I'm here and pushing through. So
You're pushing through, and I'm
yeah.
really excited to see where this career takes you. And I think that one thing I can tell you is like you're gonna grow so much in the next like 2 years, or however long you're here. And so I'm excited to see that. So, do you have any questions for me, since I'm a little seasoned?
Yeah. Do I have some questions for Kat? I ask a million questions every day, so
That's true. He's probably gonna ask me questions like
Yeah,
later in the
later
day,
on.
because we do have evenings still to go
I'm gonna be
through.
like, Kat, I
I'll
don't
be
know.
like, "Kat, I can't get this graphic to work," and then I'll be like, "Hold on, let me come in here." And I do my best to try to walk you through it, but I think it's hard.
But sometimes we just,
But sometimes we're in a
rushing,
time crunch.
run out of time.
Yeah, so
Got
I'm
my
just,
Facebook together now. You've been doing a lot, Kat.
I know, and I got his Carter. I got his socials on his 7-day now.
I do just have to say, I'm gonna hop in here real quick. Talking about these questions, there's been times where I'm going to give a prop to you. Okay, I do not own up to messing up. Carter does not own up, but there's been times where I can't figure out a problem and Kat can.
No, there was literally like what was it the other day whenever you were trying to figure out something on the tropical graphic?
Yeah.
And then I just went in there. It was like what? Like, I don't know how it was like 5 to 10 minutes. And then I walk in there and I was like, and then I like put on the notes. I was like, figured it out.
Yeah, no, literally every time.
Yeah.
It's because Susie's really got me with the graphics.
Yeah, Susie's so smart, so
yeah,
she knows a lot.
She does. Here, shift your chair over like a little bit this way. Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. Sorry, guys. This is the shot. So, okay. What are you most looking forward to here in the next 2 years? Like, is there something that you want to do?
I would say I just want to get better, as good as I possibly can, build up my social media presence, and then, once things are right, look forward to moving on up in the markets and whatnot.
Yeah. Do you think that you'll start a podcast?
Ooh. It's crazy. My professor at Howard in DC actually gave me like the full equipment, microphone, tripod, everything, and I never started one. I was supposed to start one while I was in grad school. But honestly, I think I was too nervous of what people might think, or at the time, like I told y'all, I'm really kind of still fresh with the meteorology still, so I didn't want to go in there and not be confident about what I was talking about. And I think that's another thing that's actually helped me with the green screen work too, is I've actually learned more and more meteorology wise, to a point where now when I'm talking about it, I'm more confident. So when I get on the green screen, I can be more loose and be myself more, versus being cautious of, oh dang, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to
know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't want to say the wrong thing scientifically, and then everybody's like,
was he right? Like, didn't you get your
bro,
degree?
you have a master's. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of YouTube, asking y'all a lot of questions, and hopefully just continuing to build up on my meteorology
Yeah, I
knowledge.
think you're gonna kind of dip your toes into a lot of things. Podcast probably at some point. If it's
Yeah,
not now, it'll probably be in a year. School visits, you're gonna have to
that'll be my favorite
take
thing.
over that a little bit. But I do want to say like one thing that like you were talking about studying up on the meteorology and whatnot, you know, because you did get your master's,
Right.
but what people don't know is there are a billion trillion different climates across the United States and even like several different climates here in the
Hmm.
state of Texas because we've got West Texas. I'm going to Central Texas where they've got, you know, that different mix of climate and then
Right.
we've got South Texas where it's just humid, so you have to learn the weather patterns all over the state and the states. So you know, I give you props for trying really hard to learn
Yeah.
all of that as you work weeknights.
Moving across the world, all the way from the East Coast, yeah, especially this Texas heat is something different.
Oh yes, it's so. But the thing is, Jaren, like it's usually not this humid. It's usually just dry. So I'm sorry that you're getting your first taste of Texas heat this way. Unless you were down south, like, yeah, this is a little unusual for us. So, but I'm really excited to see where you take your career. And it's been a pleasure knowing you in the short amount of time and being able to be a teacher to you
Yeah.
essentially. And that's something I never thought I would do. And that's actually been a learning thing for me, learning how to teach and
Hmm.
do it properly. Because I think at first I was like, and you do this and do this and this and this. And I still kind of do that sometimes. But I'm excited for your career.
I'm excited for you, Kat. This move you're making is big time.
Oh
You're
yeah.
only going to keep going up. We're so proud of you. Keep working hard. Keep elevating. You already know. And keep having fun with it. Don't ever get bored with this because you already know, like, this is our life.
This
This
is
is
our
what
life.
we went to school for.
Yep.
Not everybody can do this.
Nope.
Everybody can't get in front of a camera and talk
No,
for
I know that's
for
right.
for 4 minutes straight with, and nobody puts in the hard work. So keep doing you, keep being great, and again, we're proud of you for
Thanks,
sure.
Jared.
Like we do.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We are here with someone who has been with me since the very beginning and who has seen me grow from a little girl, or I was little.
Littler
I
here.
was littler than I was, and has kind of changed and blossomed into who I am now. And I don't think I could have done it without you.
Okay. We have a box of tissues here if you need it. I mean, we do. I'm gonna try not to get too emotional, but
Mhm.
I think Catalina has made a really big impact for the team. Day one, we have Sam, and usually Sam is really good about taking the lead. And so when we were talking prospects of who to hire, he gave me person A and person B. And, I just kind of went over things and I was like, look, for some reason, I was like, I think Catalina Bell is the one you should push for. Really like her presentation, and I feel like she's going to do something really nice for us. Like, I think she can work and fit really well here. And so, alas, you decided to venture all the way out to Abilene in the big country. And so it's been really nice working with you. Now, I know the goodbyes are kind of the hard part about this
Yeah.
industry. I think, when I first started, I had a few anchors that were kind of like, oh, like they're in, kind of out, and you're growing in this market. And so the good thing is I've seen you kind of like since day one start on the wall, and we've kind of had days
Oh,
where we've
yes.
we've been on the wall, and you have days where you feel like you're either not focused enough, or you have days where you could have said something better. And
Mhm.
obviously that comes with time, but I think you picked up on that very quickly. And being thrown to the weekend, and you've been filling out so many different places. You've helped on K-Tab for the weekend, and then you eventually helped fill in Sam's spot. And then not
Mhm.
only that, but you also kind of worked on the KRBC side. Not Telemundo yet, but there's still a few days left. So if you want to try out your Espanol,
I don't know about that.
she's like, I'm confident, but
Maybe not bilingual. No,
not by
no, no.
yeah, no, but it's been such a pleasure and such an honor. And I do think that, like, when I was looking back at the reel, I am just honestly impressed by your growth. I'm sad, number one, obviously losing somebody you have a really good connection with, because I think you did really well in like informing the public, picking up on the ability to inform people what's going to happen. You took that up, and like I said, if you compared you and I when year 1, year 2 maybe, I think you would have been leaps above where I was. So, our goal was to give you a great foundation. And I think your place wherever you're going to go next is going to continue polishing and making all the final touches, and you're going to continue to grow. And that's kind of our job here, at least that was what I thought was going to be. We're going to help build that foundation for you so that you can take it with you
Yeah.
to wherever you go next.
Thank you, Susie. And I really looked up to you from the minute I got here. And I think when I found out there was an Aggie here, that was a little like comfort for me because, as Aggies, we find each other and we stick together. And I actually thought you were taller.
Yeah, a lot of
Not to bring up the heights.
a lot of people think that I think that's probably the number one thing that people, when they see me out in the streets,
Mhm.
they're like, "Wow, you look
Taller
so
on
much
TV,
taller on TV." And I
yes.
said, "Don't tell them my secret just yet, okay? Let them think that I'm like this
Yes.
amazingly tall, like, gal." But yeah.
Oh yeah, when I met you though, I was like, I think when I had watched you and then, you were teaching me all of these things, like you were the blueprint for me. And I was like, I want to be like Susie because you are so passionate about your craft and, delivering to the public. And I thought that's what I want to be as well. And I think that, I have adopted some of the things that you do and and made it my own. And, I thank you for your patience with me and for always being there for me, whenever I'm, going through a good time or maybe going through a really hard time. And I think that I could always rely on you to be supportive to me in any way, shape, or form. And so that's been a really hard part about leaving, I've talked about it with Pete, like you gain a family and leaving that family it's really hard. So I
It's do you need
no tissues yet.
Okay, no tissues.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard for me. And so you're someone that we're always gonna stay in touch because if you guys watch me and Susie on social media, we're always clowning on each other
I
or
know.
putting memes in the comments. And so I don't know if you saw a comment that someone had made. They were like, you guys, like, I'm gonna miss y'all's dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Going
it's
anywhere.
still social media can keep us right where we are,
Yes,
but I do
yes.
think, just having the kind of person around, and I will say we've had a lot of great Mets come through the building, a lot of them Aggies, but that's just a bias. Um, Carter's over there just
He's like, what about me?
He's like, yeah, we'll include Carter. But, we've had a lot of really great Mets. And so I will say that it's hard to kind of let go of that friendship because I know you're going to have that with wherever you do go next. And so, I will miss the little chatty stuff that we talk about. But, I think when I was first here, I would have wanted somebody like that to kind of also help bounce around these ideas and kind of ground me. So that's what, we're hoping that we did for you. And
Oh
so
yes, absolutely. And one thing about Susie is she is just so incredibly generous. I think that, holidays, birthdays, she was always thinking about your people. And I remember one time, like we were just talking about this before we started. I was like telling her how I really wanted to try a banana pudding bundt cake. And then literally a week later, she shows up with a banana pudding bundt cake. And I was like, Susie, like you were just so kind and so generous and so welcoming and I'm so grateful that you got to be part of my journey and I got to be a part of your journey and your journey's been a little bit longer and so I hope that I made an impact on you the way that you have made a very very large impact on me.
yeah, and I think that we are gonna miss you, Catalina, and it's gonna be really hard to say goodbye because I know we do have different schedules, but
Yes.
we can always chat online. But I did want to ask you a few
Okay.
questions here, rapid fire. But what has been your hardest lesson? all here?
Oh my gosh. I think just like thinking that life is perfect and that, there are no hard times. Like truly, like I was very naive coming into this and thinking that everything was going to be fine. I was just going to be great and dandy all the time. And learning to be an adult has been very hard because that's what I've had to do.
Learning to be an adult, it can be, and this is an imperfect world, but we try to piece it together the best we can. But I know we're running out of time here, at least for my segment on this. But if you had to describe the perfect weather day, what would that look like for you?
Okay, morning probably like about 40 degrees.
Okay.
And warming up to about 65 or 70 degrees with like a nice breeze out of the north. And like a few cumulus clouds in the sky.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that.
On a hectic day, it's like 5,000 severe thunderstorm warnings popping up all at once and then having to deliver them on live TV.
On just all the papers, and they're all kind of the same. And you're like, look, everybody's going to see this.
Yeah, literally.
We're
you're
all
like,
on the same boat.
This line, it's doing the same thing. And then you had to point out all the cities.
That's
a
right.
hectic
Oh my
day,
gosh.
So.
Okay, what is something that you, if we had like a favorite restaurant here, something local that you would like to take with you?
Ooh, the Shed or Turtle Man's Burger Grill in Potosi.
Dude, I love Turtle Man.
So good. It's so good.
It has me hooked.
Yes, so good. Popper Burger.
Squishies. Okay.
Delish.
All the good places, but I'm sure your next place will have
They'll have something for me.
some good local
Nothing
places
will
as
have
well.
Turtle Man's though. Shout out to you guys.
That's right.
All right, well, Susie, I'm gonna miss you so much, and it's been so nice talking with you. And thank you so much for all of your kind words. And this isn't our goodbye yet, so and that one will probably be a little bit more private because we'll probably actually be crying and
I know.
sobbing. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we've got one more special guest. I have no idea who it is, and Carter will be joining us again, and then we'll be right back.
And welcome back, everyone. We have been just about full circle, have had a chance to talk with every single meteorologist here at KTAB KRBC. How has that journey been?
It's been really good, and reflecting and like with everybody has been so nice. And even with Jaron, talking about kind of what's to come for him. And I think that was a good talk that we had. So, and then also to Susie, she's someone I've been with for quite some time. So that was good.
Most definitely. Well, I promised you a special guest.
I'm scared.
Are you ready to meet the special guest?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, the special guest I have messaged. They will be walking in the door here shortly, and they will be doing a final segment. And before we get to there, goodbye. I will miss you. There we go.
It's just me.
There we go.
I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, do I know this person?
Of course you do.
Do I?
I told Carter, I was like, she's gonna be so disappointed it's not someone.
No, I know. I was like freaking out because I was like, I don't know who this is. I don't know if I've talked to this person.
Oh, we've talked.
Because I was telling him, I was like, you need to sit here. You need to sit
How did
here.
Carter keep a secret? How did I
How?
keep a secret?
The first time in a long time.
You were giving her hints the other day, and you were like, "What did you say?"
He said, he said they were coming from, he called you a he, first of all.
I mean,
And then he was
just
like,
trying to throw you off.
he was like, you're coming from out of state. And I was like, what?
Those are lots of
They
lies.
make more than 6 people's salary in this building.
What?
It was like
Yes.
I wish.
ridiculous things.
You know that's not true.
I was like, oh my God. And so like, I was like, who is it? And he's like, they're here.
It's just me.
No,
me.
I'm glad it's you. So yes, This is Stacy Lopez. She's our assistant news director. Stacy and I, we've worked together for about a year.
About a year, since I came
And,
back.
Yeah. And I was really nervous to work with you, but I feel like we've built such a great friendship.
Yeah.
And we've, we found that we're similar.
We're very similar.
And, her telling me that she used to be like me when I was in college. And I was like, yeah, I was a little crazy. And, you were like, yeah, I'm almost crazy too.
We trauma bonded.
We did
a lot.
And then we, got to work together every once in a while before I started filling in on evenings. And so I think that, we've just built such a great relationship with each other.
We have. I laugh though because the first time we ever met was at Guitars. That's always our story.
Yes, I was with Ashley Ibarra, if you guys remember
We're
her.
all of age. We like to go out and have fun.
Yes,
It's fun.
yes. So we were out, and then John Mark actually came up
Husband,
to me and Ashley, and he's like, "Oh my God, you guys are on KTAB weekends," and I was like,
They're like, how do you know what K-Town Weekends
"Well,
is?
I was like, oh my God, I've been recognized in public, but never at a bar."
Yeah.
And then we're kind of dancing a little bit, and then he's like, "Yeah, there's my wife. That's Stacy." And I remember that I was like, "Stacy?" I was like, I feel like I've heard that name. And Ashley's like, "Yes, she used to be an anchor on KTAB evenings
KTAB.
with Bob, and I was like, oh my god, she had pink hair.
I did have pink hair. That was right before I came back to work here.
Yes, and then Ashley was like, oh, Susie's interviewing her and
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Mark
for
the
fire,
special, the
yeah.
severe weather special, and I was like, oh, she's cool.
I love it. Now we're friends. I love that I've watched you kind of grow over the last year, not only in what you do as a meteorologist, but as a young woman too. Like I remember meeting you and just kind of you've come out of your shell. I know I still laugh that you tell me how introverted you are because I'm like, I've never seen that from you. But I mean,
I used to be really introverted.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't know, I think that just working in this industry has kind of pulled me out of my shell.
yeah.
And I still kind of am in ways, but I think that when I meet the right people, it's really easy for me to talk
Mhm.
to them. And so I think that for someone like you, like I just was like, I felt comfortable with you from the very beginning, and I was like, no, this is someone I can talk to and I can count on
Yeah.
and rely on you. Cause I remember when they had promoted you to assistant news
Mhm.
director, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, someone and you're like a woman in
Mhm.
a big role. I was like, that's someone I can, you know, lean on, and which I have.
Yeah.
You
Well, I'm glad for
know.
that. That's why I'm still in denial that you're leaving us. That's
I know.
my joke around here is she's not leaving. I don't know what
She's
you're
not
talking
leaving.
about.
I don't know
She's
if
not
you've
leaving us.
seen the comments, and somebody was
no.
like, you can still change your
You
mind.
can change your mind.
That's what she
It's
said.
fine.
I posted, and then she's like, literally, no.
No,
And
it's not
then
happening.
no.
I'm excited for you though. I know that this is something that you have wanted. You want to go off and go to a different station. We will miss you here, but you're not going to be too far from us. So whenever
No,
I'm
not
out that
too
way, I'm
far.
going to knock on your door and say, "Let me in. Open the door, Catalina.
Please.
Please open the door."
Yeah,
I love it.
and you know, my boyfriend's still here, and so it's not like it's not a goodbye, it's just a see you
See
later.
you later.
So, and so one thing, Stacy knew me and my boyfriend were dating from
I figured it out within seconds.
yes. So, I guess nobody really knows my boyfriend. Nobody knows
It's fine. He's a secret.
He's a secret.
We
But
all know, but you don't
Stacy
know.
clocked it from the very beginning, but she was very supportive, and
Yeah.
she kind of was my mother away from my other mother, and so
We had lots of hugs. I could just tell. I was like, something's wrong. And then I'd give you a hug and then it would just be you
I
just
know. I
immediately
just start
crying. It's
crying.
fine.
So I'm really sad. But you know, I'm so grateful that I got to work with you.
Another thing I love about you too is all the school visits that you've done. Really just getting out in the community because this job is hard and you are away from family and you really have embraced living here in Abilene and visiting schools. The kids love you. Your science experiments that we did them on KTAB for you on Weather Wednesdays, and then you just doing them out in the schools. The kids love that, and I think it's really fun that you are bringing that love of science to young kids. I mean,
Yeah. And we got to do that actually my last one the
Yeah.
other day at your church.
at my church
And
daycare,
that was really that was sweet because I hadn't done it in a while because Carter and I usually did that at our
Yeah.
schools, and then
y'all are so busy.
we stopped doing school visits for the year, and so then I got to do one last little hurrah, and it was really sweet.
I loved
So,
it.
me
I
too.
love seeing you just blossom, and I laugh because you're when I first started here, I didn't even know what I was doing, which obviously I didn't know you then, but I would have never guessed that, how much you've grown in the last 2 years. And I think Randy and I were talking about it too, just watching your old reels to now, are we supposed to be putting on headphones? They're telling us behind the scenes to put on headphones. What are we listening to? Okay. Y'all were one of the first podcasts that we did. I remember launching just our digital platform with the CTV app and the podcasting, and you and
Mhm.
Carter
It's been so fun.
were the guinea pigs.
I was so nervous whenever we started that, and it just
Poor Sam. Every time it pops up.
We'll
It's
play
just him.
I'll put the video in post production. I feel like that's the best, and I'll just watch it to myself and see what he says, and then you guys can see it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been so fun being able to do that, and I've told Jaren, I said one thing about this job is you will be able to do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
The creative freedom is endless here, and that's what I've been so grateful for. So
Yeah.
I've got to learn so many things, from live streams to podcasts to on-air stuff
To live shots
to live shots
in the snow
in the snow. Yes, those were cold, but it's been so fun.
and covering tornadoes. I know severe weather season.
Mm.
Isn't the story of you? The lady called and said thank you. Wasn't that
Yes,
one
yeah,
of the stories?
I covered a tornado warning, and she, I mean, a lot of people were mad because I cut over golf, but this one lady was like, "No, you saved my life because I saw your warning, and we got to safety, and that tornado like touched down in her front yard."
Yeah.
So it's a lot of good stuff that has happened to me, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've been kind of placed in front of me, and
Poor Sam, he keeps popping up. His frozen face.
we're like trying to keep going.
It really is supposed to be a video of Sam.
I have it on my phone.
Well wishes.
Oh yeah, let me watch it.
Watch
right
it real
now.
quick. Let me watch it.
really quick.
If we want to,
She'll add this in post production.
Put the screen to black. We'll watch it real quick. All right.
Hey, Kat, congratulations from Sam. I know that this next step in your career is going to take you even greater places, and you're going to continue to be an up-and-coming name in the TV meteorology business. It was just a great thrill for me to work with you and the time that we spent together. I'll treasure that always. It was just wonderful working with you and seeing you grow as a fresh out of college meteorologist into a true professional. Wish you the very best. God bless you.
Hi, Katalina. I wish you the best of luck in what the future holds for you. In your 2 years in the big country, you have served the community by informing them about extreme heat, severe weather, and even some tornadoes. My favorite memory with you is when I helped you create your first news package about weather. It was really fun, and it was a very windy day. If you remember, you know. But I wish you the best of luck, and I have enjoyed anchoring KTAB weekend with you. Good luck.
She's talking to me like we're not like best friends.
I know. I'm like, aren't you going to see her this weekend?
No, I'm literally gonna see her this
You're
weekend.
like, well, tonight, tomorrow. What day
Tomorrow
is it?
night.
I'm like,
tomorrow
what
night.
day is it? I don't know.
Yes. No, Ashley has become one of my best friends, so that's something I'll always take with me as well.
And really, the news business, you come into this, like I said, usually with no family if you're not from this area. And just, I have friends that, you know, are lifelong friends, like Brittany and other friends that have moved on to other things. But it's especially this first station that you start at, you're so fresh and you're like, what did I get myself into? And I feel like you just have this bond with people. And I love that you and Ashley are still friends. And now y'all are going to go hang out this weekend.
Yes. We
and
talk
I love
almost
that
every
for you.
day, and you're not getting rid of me either. So
Yeah. You better come back and visit.
Of course.
And we'll come visit you.
Yes. Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you move on and do great things. And I love seeing such a powerful woman do some great STEM
Hey,
and science.
I
and
learned from you.
girl bosses, right?
You and Susie, y'all have been the blueprint for me.
Love it.
So, okay, guys, I don't want to end it, but this is
She's not.
our
Nope,
This is-
we're not. She's never leaving.
This is our last episode of Carter and Kat's Weather Chat. It has been a absolute pleasure and a privilege, a great privilege of my life to serve you guys across the community. I thank you so much for your love and respect over the last 2 years, and even over the last almost what it feels like a year of doing this podcast. I'm going to miss you guys so much. It's been, like I've said, it's been such a pleasure, and I will never forget the big country. For the last time, this is Carter and Kat's Weather Chat, and thank you so much for watching. Keep chasing the why.